men, like men cheat because they want to, not because of the problems that they are facing at home. For us, it's more of a, if ever you're emotionally absent, we don't, probably in that department, we're not as active as we were used to be, and you treat me actually differently. That's why I'll go out and cheat. I'm going to find a better you elsewhere.
The motherland, the African man. Long as I'm alive, I'ma make a plan. Strongholds to break, got long walks to take, got no votes to make. We don't bet, we pray. Hey, African man, yeah. The African male iris through the eye of an African male.
Welcome, guys, to the African Male Iris, and thank you so much for joining us for another episode. And thank you for liking and subscribing on our YouTube, Spotify, and all the social media pages. We really appreciate your love and support. My name is DJ Tino, and of course, I've got my colleagues with me who will introduce themselves.
My name is Presso, and Presso the musician. I was trying to come up with a name. Okay, I'm Presso, and I'm happy to be here for another episode, guys. I'm excited.
Yeah, and it's Slim with the brio.
Slim with the what?
The brio.
The brio.
B-R-I-O.
Okay.
Look it up. And I'm excited to shoot again. Today's episode is going to be very interesting.
Of course.
Yes, from a woman's perspective, we should call this one the African
female. African female. Yes.
Yes. No, thank you, gents. And I think, as the guys have mentioned, we've got a special guest with us. And do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. I was about to say, welcome to my YouTube channel.
Please like and subscribe.
It's yours for today. Don't worry.
Yes,
it's yours for today.
No, thank you. Can't keep up.
Right.
My name is Portia. I'm just here to have a ball, guys. And yeah, I just have a whole lot of opinions and a whole lot to say, actually. So yeah.
Oh, thank you so
This
much.
is going to be so good.
It's going to be great, eh?
Yeah.
And I think our blanket topic today is dating in the 21st century. I think a lot of people will probably resonate with this and how difficult it has become.
Yeah. I think we should label it
date.
dating in 2024.
In 2024?
Yes.
I think we should label it dating after COVID.
Without the masks.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Because COVID, the reason why I'm saying that, right, is that COVID did a number on a lot of things.
Yeah.
The time that we had to be indoors kind of laid foundation for what social media is these days.
Yeah.
And I always bring up this aspect of the narrative that's being pushed on the internet. The reason why I always bring it up, because it shapes how a lot of people see life these days, how a lot of people go about their daily lives these days, based on the content that they consume on a daily basis. So that kind of like alters their reality. It alters their value system. Right. So COVID was the foundation of it.
Yeah.
You literally inside, you've got nothing to do. What are you going to do? Consume content.
Yeah.
And then obviously anyone who wants to push a certain narrative will use that as a platform.
Yeah.
That's true.
Which is why, there's like your OnlyFans and stuff.
And I mean, after COVID is where, during COVID, I think, was kind of where people were sort of forced to sort of face their actual relationship situation.
Yeah.
Like if you were staying with someone and they're your partner, you had to spend
time
all day and all night with them. You know what I mean? So it kind of, apparently the stats say that the cases of domestic violence actually spiked during COVID.
Spiked up. They did.
During COVID.
Yeah,
because now it's like, people have coping mechanisms of like, go and just get a drink with the boys or go out or whatever. So you kind of live your lives and you sort of don't really face the issues. And this then became the thing that sort of forced people to face, your partner and your actual reality. Like I remember a lot of jokes on the internet where some guy was like, I just realized that, my wife and my kids, they're really cool people.
Yeah, really cool people.
Because I've actually spent time with them now and I'm realizing they're actually very cool. You know what I mean? So
or that one time when the lockdown started, and then you had the 21 days of your wife saying, today is day one. So are you going to answer that question?
exactly.
Day 7. So are you going to answer?
Yes. exactly.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So maybe, Portia, we could start off with you just telling us what you think as a single African woman, what you think dating is like nowadays. And like what's just your general, observation.
Wait, aren't you going to ask her to like just briefly talk about herself?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
Sorry,
like give
I
us a
just jumped the
background.
gun. I jumped the gun.
No.
Yeah.
No?
No.
Oh, you're good.
No, it's fine. Sure.
No.
Just go ahead.
I think you need to rephrase single. Technically, yes, single.
No, single as in
Dating.
not married.
not
Oh
married.
yeah,
Yeah.
technically single. That's
Okay.
what I always go for.
Okay.
So for me, it's kind of wild, hey, because after my last relationship, I think I took a year and 3 months of not dating, not entertaining anybody, not going on dates, and
A year and 3 months.
yeah, that's how long
Yo.
I stayed single.
Was that a period of self-discovery?
In a sense, yeah, but there were other challenges personally that I faced. I was living at home with my parents, so there were certain things that I had to face without any distractions, and as well as it was more of me being focused on my career and just trying to get where I want to be at.
Wow, that's
And
amazing.
also, yes, the self-reflections does happen within that space. It does get lonely, I don't want to lie. And also, it's just spending time with my daughter.
Okay.
That's the very important one. It was me spending time with my daughter, getting to experience certain stuff and just watching her grow. Because remember, the first 3 years of her early ages, they flew past by. So it's like wild. Because as well as, like I said, my baby daddy is very much absent.
Okay.
Without a doubt, he's not active. Nothing financially, emotionally, just being present, just being there as a father to my daughter, he's not. So it was just me trying possibly to close that gap as well. Not having her to realize, oh, I don't have a dad. But my dad also played that role for her in playing the father figure role
Okay.
and stuff, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that's interesting. I just have so many questions.
Yeah. I have like same
Okay,
here.
you can go. You can go.
Because we know you can go for days.
Of course, that's why I said you can go.
Yeah, I just want to come back to the baby daddy issue. I'm not going to ask you to dive deep into it, but I just want your opinion, your female opinion, on why there's so many African men that abandon their children or their partners that they've had children with.
So with my experience is that dating him prior, before conceiving and stuff, there were red flags, right? Certain things like his dad was not present in his life and raised by a single mom. From my perspective, experience in the family was that he overpowers them because of, he was most likely to be the breadwinner, but he didn't live with them, though. I think we also, as women, we do have a hand in probably chasing them away.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd like to admit, most probably I do have my faults within him not being present. But remember, it's not about me
Yeah.
and him.
It's
It's
about
about
the
the
kid,
kid.
Right.
You know, we got to put our differences aside, even though I don't like you or I don't want to do anything with you. But the child comes first, should come first.
Yeah.
But if ever you're not playing your role, it only means that you are selfish because you are taking away a possible role model for your kid,
Right.
a possible a hero for your kid. So those are the things that probably he doesn't realize. But eventually, if ever he sees this episode, he'll come back and say, I know my faults, I know my wrongs, and I'm willing to do anything to fix the relationship with my daughter. Because they're growing up, especially my daughter, it's a daughter. So I'm much more closer to her than him. And we have a really super relationship, do all things together. So for him being absent, and I think for him to realize it later that he wants to come back, I don't think it's going to be so much easy for him. Yeah, because I have a bond with my daughter. I always would send this text to him that, listen, I grew up with both parents, and I'm not trying to take that away from my daughter.
Yeah.
I'm trying for you to actually be present. But the minute that you say that you want to be present, it's the more you repel. So I can't really force you to be present. I need you to man up and be present. So, yeah.
So I think that's brought up a question for me to say, knowing what you knew or seeing those red flags from that guy, and I think with women in general, how come women tend to ignore certain red
Overlook them.
flags,
For
and
me-
knowing that they're going to potentially cause those kind of issues in the future?
You guys, y'all are smooth talkers.
Oh, we lie. Men lie. Men lie.
Yeah, literally, I didn't want to say that word, but men lie, do lie.
We've got a
And-
term on this podcast,
which is,
which is men lie and women wear makeup.
well, I don't.
That is-
So
That's slims, that's
so do you
slims.
know what it actually means?
Yeah, we both lie.
Exactly.
In other words,
For me, I don't wear makeup, by the way, so yeah, I'm not lying.
there's
So, for me, I overlooked them, to be quite actually honest with you. And-
But in general, do you not just in your own experience, like what Tino's asking?
Yeah, okay.
That why do you think in general women see the red flags but they overlook them?
Because you lie. Because, you would tell me things about your previous ex that were at fault for you, but you wouldn't tell me the wrongs that you did in the relationship.
Okay.
And you would come and justify your actions, by the way.
Okay.
And I would tend to overlook them because at that moment I'm smitten. I'm in love, and you are promising me heaven on earth, literally. And I would actually say I'm different because whatever behaviors that he had explained prior about their exes, it's not who you are. So you'd say that I'm different, he's going to treat me better. Only to find out that as women, we are not the problem, but the man has a problem. And other thing is, I don't think that, again, this is me again, he didn't deal with him not having a father in his life, probably going for counseling or some sort. He just soldiered on. And now it's not only hurting him, but it's hurting the seeds. So it's quite actually sad to be quite, it's not even hurting anymore for me. It's very much sad, because how could you take away a fatherhood for your kids? I don't care how many kids he has, but just try to be present for at least one of them, or either just to try balance it out for everybody else. Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned you are a career woman, right? What field? Well, for the context of.
I'm in SAP IT, doing business intelligence.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think from a dating perspective, how do you find that? Because I think there's also that, I don't know if we should call it...
Intimidation.
yeah, you say, these women do say that men tend to be intimidated by a successful career woman. Or
Yeah.
Does that happen to
do
you?
Yeah, it does.
What happens when you say this is what I'm into?
They run away, literally.
Yo,
They ghost me.
are you serious?
Yeah, I've been ghosted twice in my life. And others, it's more of I can't do this. Not, it's not like when we are dating, I'm expected, like you are expected to do everything. I mean, like if ever I suggest something, then we're going to do it together financially. What if it's my treat, But I've heard that men don't actually like that. So it's quite actually, it's wild in the 21st century because I think then during our mothers and fathers, it was quite actually okay, it's a norm,
Yeah.
But now that we are doing out there, and I feel like also because women, they would tend to talk about it that I paid for the bill. It's that's why men would tend to, ghost or either run away. Yeah, it's that sort. But currently, the guy that I'm dating, well, I think I'm intimidated.
Okay.
Because he does some wild things. So
Hey, we need to get this guy.
No.
You should have brought him
Wild
along. That would have been something.
he's actually in the IT space as well,
Okay.
but he is hectic. He does hectic things. He knows a whole lot of things that I don't know.
Okay.
So yeah, and like as much as you said that probably men would feel intimidated, it makes women like what's the word? Make women feel like they're bosses of the relationship in a way. You
Yeah,
get that
if you're
just
doing more than the guy.
Yeah. But with him, it's different because I've kind of let my guard down, and I'm much more relaxed because he's the one suggesting things. He's the one who wants to do things.
He's leading.
Yeah, he's very much leading. So in the past relationship, I was always dominating and stuff. So yeah.
So I have a question
Yeah.
for you there. Did he assert himself in the relationship to say, I'm the man, I'm going to be the man, and this is how things are going to be done? Or you naturally became submissive to him because of how he did certain things?
I naturally became submissive. Like I would, like certain things would be like, oh, okay. Oh, you want to do that? All right, take the lead. But inside, that's what I would say, but I wouldn't say it verbally to him. And also, like there are certain, it's not only of what he says, it would be how he acts.
Okay.
Yeah, in other departments. So that's where I would get so submissive naturally. And like, I liked that about him. And he's not much of a talker, but he does things. So
Okay.
that I would know that, Portia, relax, he's got this. And I don't really have to do anything. So
This guy is good with departmental
Yeah,
management.
it's
Departmental management.
compartmentalizing.
Actually,
That's great.
In your view, would you ever think it would work for a successful woman to be in a relationship with a man who is not at her
level.
financial level or success level? How do you see that with, of course, the natural positions we have as male and female, of male being the head and the female being, the helper? How do you see that dynamic? Is it possible to actually have a successful relationship in that dynamic?
To be
From a
quite
female
frankly honest,
perspective?
no, it won't. It won't. The men will always be the head, whether you like it or not. For them to actually feel that they are very much head of the house, they need to step up financially. I think in the 21st century,
Especially in the 21st.
Yeah, especially in the step up financially, and in the other department as well. Yeah.
Wait. You've been talking about this
Department.
department. What is it that
In the bedroom.
so like the submission came.
That's why I said this guy is great at departmental management.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't want to assume.
Okay.
But we're thinking the same thing. Though.
Yes.
Okay, so basically...
Wait. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Now we have more questions.
Now that we have that department to talk about, right? Like, how important is it when it comes to the relationship, and how you, as you said, you were introduced to that department and then you became submissive, thereafter? Is it one of those
it was
whereby a woman will compromise certain things, but if it's good there, then naturally it forces her to submit? Or how is like if we were to weigh out
The pros and cons.
not really the pros and cons, but if we were
What
to
do you
say
value more?
yes, of importance, right? Obviously, there's the financial. There's him not being a simp, being assertive,
Communication and things like that.
directing the relationship, and then there's the department.
For me, okay, so let me just go back a bit. I lost my mom like in October, so
Sorry to hear that.
it's okay, man. So I lost my mom in October, so I've been taking a break. So I got sick, and then I've just been floating and just taking care of myself emotionally, mentally, attending therapy and so forth. When we met, it was more of, you know what, let me give it a shot and see like how far this would actually take me. Like the first date we did an ice cream date. I love ice cream, by the way. So it was him assuring me that we're going to do whatever we want, right, together. And I'm going to make sure that you are okay before I am okay. So that was the first impression that I got from him.
That he was a very selfless man.
Yeah, very much selfless. And then during our conversations, we spoke of so many things, and it was my mom's passing and everything. So I think from then he got like a view of how he would want to support me emotionally. For me, what was important is for him to understand my emotions besides anything else. You know, the other things were just a bonus that, listen.
You just kept getting wowed.
Yeah. So and we are very much honest with each other and open, should I say. Because when we met, he didn't know what I do.
Okay.
I didn't know what he does. We only knew like later on, like, oh, that's what you do. Oh, okay. That's interesting. And
I guess that was pillow talk.
No, it wasn't pillow talk. It wasn't. It was very much on a second date. So, yeah. But during the period of going on to a second date, we would actually meet up because he doesn't live very far from our house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he would come after work, or probably I would go to him after work and stuff. So it was more of him supporting me emotionally, and I think that's where he got me. Like I was sold. Like he was there, and again, I think it's because of his experiences as well. How he shared his experience of losing his dad, and coming to me with his own technique of dealing with loss and stuff.
Okay.
So I think he got pointers on that. And how would actually range it? I think for me it was different before losing my mom and actually, meeting him. I would actually go for like petty things, man. Like I'm just a simple girl. I may look complex, but I'm just a simple girl. I just love a guy who opens the door for me.
Chivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe a simp somehow, but not too much.
How can you be a simp but not too much?
Just balance it out. Have some jingles, So yeah, that's how it was. So for him to come into my life to support me, because I didn't know how am I going to face the dating scene after my mom. Like I didn't know. It was for me, like even now, like I would say to him that I'm still redefining myself because I knew life with my mom. But now that she's gone, I have to redefine myself again and trying to find myself. And with therapy, it does help. And he's very much supportive of that. And he is also like there, he's a cheerleader one way. And he's trying to be there all the time, which that's one thing that I really love about him, that he wants to be there. He wants to support me in whatever that I do. And yeah, but with the departments and the financial part, for me, it's not so much because I stand my own ground. I'm very much independent, even though he wouldn't, he doesn't like it because he'd be like, no, I got you.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, of course.
yeah.
That's
it's always
traits
like
of a
that.
good man.
It's always like that. So, yeah.
So I like what you mentioned about the date, the first date, because I think there's a bit of a high expectation now from women in general these days on what to expect on a first date, where they're expecting you to wine and dine them, take them to the most expensive restaurants, but from a guy's perspective, you're trying to know this woman, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to get
You just-
to know this
you just
woman
wanna
just to
have a
see if
conversation.
she is actually worth
Your time.
your time and,
Yeah.
and resources.
Yeah.
So I think there's a divide now in the current dating space with the initial expectations of women in the 21st century to a guy who is trying to see, okay, is it going to be worth me putting my time and resources in?
Bear that in mind, like this guy, he went on other dates before me and he did some extreme sports thing. Like he went on Doppio Zero and he was like, listen,
Yeah.
I'm trying to impress this girl.
Yeah.
She better, you know.
Yeah.
And I came, like, I don't want to date for the sake of the first date. I want to date for the long term whereby even if we don't have 2,000 Rand to go to Gemeli or Doppio Zero or your sense, I would actually still be comfortable to say, let's go and grab a quota or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, because for me, I don't have any expectations. I wanted to be my natural self so that in the long run, I don't have to pretend to be anybody else than myself, you know. It was like a really cheap date, man. Like, it was really
So
cheap.
what would you say about those women who have those initial, would you say to a man, run away? Or does it also raise a red flag in terms of, you'd find, women on social media now will be like, can you believe he was wanting to take me to Nando's?
Exactly.
Or do you imagine, like on the
Or
first
you
date?
know what? And the ice cream date is like a
or a coffee date, right?
Yeah, or a coffee date. They
Yeah.
will not have any of that.
Yeah, they're not hearing it.
Did you see? Did you see that woman? The woman, the Asian woman that was in the States.
Yeah,
that
I
has-
saw that
That
article.
didn't.
What did she do?
didn't. She was single for 2 years, I think, right?
Yeah, she
And
would
then
go on dinner dates
Dates
every day.
She didn't cook for 2 years.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Every
because she was
day,
going
yeah.
on dates.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
With different dudes every
Yeah,
night.
different dudes.
Obviously.
Yo, she's got energy, bro.
Yeah.
To make fake conversation. Yeah. Anyway,
But what do you feel like from a woman who
I would
demands
say men should run. Honestly, that's my honest opinion.
Yeah.
Because remember, if ever I'm a woman and I know what I want, remember I could take myself on these dates. That's the first thing.
Right.
I don't expect another guy to come into my life and take me to a restaurant that I've never been to. I've already been there, you know, and I know the menu of my heart. Then there comes those ladies. I'll never go to McDonald's. I'll never go to. Those ladies are in it for all the wrong reasons. That's my opinion. Because if ever they genuinely like the guy, they would do what the guy can afford at that present time. And also, it's also kind of for other women, they're gauging your finances in a way, to see if ever he can afford my lifestyle, you know, and so forth. But I would say run.
Okay. I've got a question. So I'm getting the sense that you're in a very healthy, good relationship
Yeah.
with this guy.
Yeah.
And this guy sounds like he's a great leader, great listener, great communicator, great departmental manager. Right?
And I think most importantly, he's managed to give a safe space.
Yes.
When it comes
Right?
to,
Like he's sort of
managing him.
he's understood you and he's made you feel comfortable to sort of be yourself, right? So my question is, if we were just discussing about the things that are going wrong, more kind of like Tino's question, in terms of what do you think people are doing wrong? Because everyone's just complaining about how the dating pool is just it's shit. And, you know, so what do you feel people are doing wrong just based on this recent experience? Because I have so many angles that I'm looking at it, because I'm thinking that break that you took, it's almost like you worked on yourself. And because you worked on yourself, you made a lot of peace with a lot of things within yourself. And you have clarity about the things you want and you don't want and what, so you've got, it's almost like you took time out to figure out yourself and your own standards and what you want. So when you got back into the dating pool, you were so sure about what it is that's going to work or not going to work. And you were going to know from the first date.
Yeah.
And because this first date sounded very simple, it's almost like it's the simpler a first date. Like that's what I was thinking when you guys when this conversation was going on. I was like, maybe the simpler a date is in 2024 is more genuine. It's like a sign of how genuine that relationship could be.
Yeah.
Because people are really actually there to get to know each other. It's not about a flex or trying to show you that I hang out with these cool kids or show you that I can buy champagne bottles or whatever. It's really, let's go for something simple because we don't know each other.
Yeah.
Let's get to know each other.
Yeah.
So I want to know what you think are maybe some of the things that you got wrong in the past or some of the things that you see in society where you feel like this is what a lot of people mess up with. This is like another common problem. This is another common problem, just based on your experience.
I think within your question, I think you have answered yourself, but I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to give you one word: expectations.
Okay.
That's what mostly kills a relationship. That's what most kills the first day thingies, thingy-majiggies and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was reading a tweet last night. So this lady went on a date. The date was perfect. They went to, classy restaurants and stuff. But when, the guy was talking to her like, when I catch you, I'm going to do this to you and stuff. Yeah, you saw the tweet, right?
On the first date.
Yeah, on the first
Yeah.
date.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
People actually do
these
have
days-
sex on the
these-
first date, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not a train smash.
Nothing new.
It's nothing new.
These days, bro, I know it's been more than a decade, but
Tino, can you see what these people are
So,
doing? Yeah, please go ahead.
so then this guy, they went home to this guy's place. They got there. And then, is this PG rated?
No, go ahead.
Oh,
go
okay.
Go ahead.
you can go ahead.
So this guy was like, baby, put it on, CD and stuff.
Yeah.
And then this lady couldn't fit it because it kept on falling.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
The condom kept falling.
Yeah, because it's way too
it's-
small.
Do you know what I think was actually happening there? Prayer, gather yourself together. Do you know what I think was actually happening there?
Yeah.
So when this guy was on the date
I think you
and he
had
was
already...
saying all of this, he I'm sure he knew. So you sort of kind of tried to make it thinking like
a manipulation.
like manipulation.
Yeah, in a way,
yes. So when it actually does happen, in her head, she could probably believe the lies that you told her before. Do you get what I mean?
So the lady says that she faked it until he was done, and so it's because the guy had like taken her to a very posh restaurant and stuff. Obviously, the way expectations that obviously whatever that he was saying that I'm gonna do this to you, but nothing happened, and there was only one position during the session. So I feel like we expect so much in men that I feel like also it's because, by the way, I feel like it's also because of most women wouldn't be able to do those things by themselves. Remember,
Yeah.
again, I'm a single mother, so whatever extra little money that I have to do certain things for the kid.
Right.
So I can't really take myself to a very nice restaurant, right?
Right.
And also, I'm there on the date to expect you to actually give me money as well, after the date. Here's your petrol money that you used and what's or not. There's a whole lot of expectation. It varies, right? And that's what actually kills most relationships. And I could tell you this with my mom and dad being married for so long, my mom knew nothing about my dad, and my dad knew nothing about my mom. What he knew was just that she's a virgin and that's it, you know. So with us, it's, yeah, where does he live? I'm expecting, just because he drives an M3, I'm expecting he probably lives at Munyaka, and probably he says that he works in Sandton. He works at Discovery or JSE. You know, there's a whole lot of things that you make in your mind to believe that this person, he is what you are looking for. And then now it fails. You see stars and you come back to us. Men are trash.
Oh yeah.
Not thinking the psychological manipulation you did
To yourself.
prior, you having those expectations to that poor guy.
What was wild for me?
Portia, I couldn't have answered myself that way. I mean, this is why I asked you, because I knew you were going to give us.
What was wild for me is petrol money for the date. So I'm giving you petrol money so that you can come and meet me, and then we can see where.
Wow.
So how am I paying, right, for something that's going to potentially benefit
Both of us.
too?
Exactly. That's crazy.
That's just wild. Like I feel like the entitlement that women have towards men's resources nowadays is just ridiculous.
But don't you think as men we have a part to play in that?
Of course we do.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: if you have a pool of women that say, if you want to be with us, these are our expectations. Right?
Yeah.
Naturally, as a man, you're gonna go out there hustle so that you can meet those expectations. And then once you do that with this one, it doesn't work out. Naturally, you're thinking, okay, when I try again, this is what I need to put on the table first before we can even have a conversation. And that's like a perpetual cycle.
And that's why they tend to ask, what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
Hence, me and my guy, we didn't disclose any of that. We were talking about ourselves within the date. Because I wouldn't have any expectations that he's going to take care of him. But in the midst of getting to know him, I knew that he's going to take care of me emotionally. For me, that's what's important, because again, if ever you're not emotionally okay in the relationship, that's whereby it triggers depression. And you get into depression, and I can't afford to get into depression. I'm raising a daughter, so I can't. I really need to show up whenever. It's stormy, it's windy, tornadoes, volcanoes. I need to show up 100%.
And that's very interesting what you said about the expectations, because it's sad that it's almost become like capitalism.
Yeah.
So it's like we have women here who are like 5,000. And they'll just say it up front, and maybe you were looking to actually build an emotional connection, and then you realize, you know what, but...
And then you're like, oh, I don't even have to like court her, bro.
Yeah. So then you realize, I actually wanted an emotional connection, and I was hoping that would obviously then eventually have sex, right? Yeah. And then she says 5,000. Then you're like, and you've got 25,000. Yeah. So you're like, just spend 5,000.
But I think again, married men actually create that space for women.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You they just got us into the mix, bro.
No,
I thought we were...
No, actually from experience.
All right, please say that.
No, this is not my experience.
No,
someone
I'm just
else.
saying.
I'm saying I actually support what she's saying.
Yeah, but I'm just saying probably you've had advances from married men.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does that go?
How does that go? No attachment. You give me money, we do whatever that we need to do, and then bounce. And that's
Also, you're saying the married men are saying that.
Yeah.
They're saying, let's have an arrangement.
Yeah, they do. Married men have created a space for women to have those expectations. And now you, as a single person, you come in there, you want that real thing, that genuine love, and then you are bombarded with this offer.
Money.
This is what I want.
And this is what I want. Are you out?
So it's more like married men are really messing it up for the single men.
Well,
some married men. Basically.
Well, it's a combination.
Thanks for saying some married men.
Yeah, no, some. We don't want another
not all
Victor
of them.
relapse.
Even shoot is texting his wife like, hey babe, I love you. Just wanted to remind you.
I can speak on behalf of all of my married friends, including Shuzi, that this is what they are doing.
Wow, guys,
I can
this is
attest to
crazy. This is crazy.
It's interesting.
So we could easily say that some of the married men that are not happy with their own situations, but have started making money, will pay, and then they'll pay these young girls to say, "This is the arrangement that I want," and then she lives this life, and then her friends envy that lifestyle,
Yes.
And then, yes,
so they get into the
naturally.
game,
They've
and
got
then
options
everyone is
now,
charging,
yeah.
Naturally.
and then now everyone's buying on this side.
Exactly.
Then you have John, who's just an accountant trying to court the same girl,
But he wants
being
to marry
paid-
her.
Who's being paid 5-10K for a night. So
Yeah, that's so
I
sad,
see
man.
that dynamic.
You know what? That actually brings up a very interesting topic, and I think I would want to hear your opinion. If married men are not content with one wife, right? Then obviously it means that they are more prone to accept the idea of polygamy.
Can
Right.
I just
Yes,
want to say
yes.
something? It's not that they're not actually married men. It's not that they are not happy within their marriages,
Okay.
right? To have that option of having a side chick or so not. It's because of the stress that comes with probably being the head of the house.
Oh,
We might be happy together, but the burden of whatever that's happening in our home might stress you, and you need stress reliever.
Oh,
which
so
is
you
the
just
other.
want-
Yeah, you don't want anything serious in
What prayer
particular.
mentioned about
I get
wins.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
The man
it's a
wanting
win.
to win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a win
yeah.
outside
In
of
a
the
way, it's not
relationship.
because of I want something serious. Yeah, I want to marry a second wife. No,
And it's also less stressful there. as
it's
well.
less exactly
Because less
because I'm
expectations.
going to
Because there are no
remind you
expectations.
Yeah.
that the electricity bill is not paid up. You know, I'm gonna remind you of it. I think within marriage it gets really hectic. Honestly, let's be honest. I'm not gonna remind you, babe. Did you take your medication? Like, babe, when are we going out for dinner? We're not gonna talk about that anymore because we've got bills to pay. We've got kids to take care of,
Kids to
and
raise.
that other one is gonna remind you of what your wife used to be.
Oh yes. When
And you're gonna get your
when it
group
was
back.
stress-free time.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
But having said that, what's your view about men and cheating? Like, having said what you said, are you saying there's a bit of understanding that you have two why it happens? Not condoning it, of course. I'm not saying if we condone it, but are those reasons known to most to say that's probably
With my experience, men men cheat because they want to, not because of the problems that they are facing at home. For us, it's more of a if ever you're emotionally absent, we don't probably in that department we're not as active as we were used to be, and you treat me actually differently. That's whereby I'll go out and cheat. I'm gonna find a better you elsewhere. So with men, it's just more of having fun. You don't cheat for a
Oh, I
reason.
see. I see what you mean. With women, it's to supplement something that's missing.
Yeah.
With men just wanna smash.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying when a woman cheats, it's because she's needing something that she's not getting.
Yeah. And I've spoken to you about it, but you're not doing
But you're
anything
not doing
about
it.
it.
time and time
Again, I'm keep on reminding you, you're not doing anything about it. So that's why I go out there. And I'm not gonna cheat because I'm cheating to come back. I'm cheating because I'm leaving.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. I get you.
Remember, women, I think in the ladies episode, Olivia said that women walk out of a relationship while else they're still in
Oh
the
yes.
relationship.
Oh yes. By the time that
By
they
the time
actually-
that I leave,
mentally
it's
you're
gone.
out.
They're gone.
Listen, I'm on a Formula One. I'm gone.
Wow, that is very interesting.
yeah, that's interesting.
And that's what happened with a 4-year relationship that I had. That guy kept on treating me badly. But the day that I left, nothing had happened. We were okay. Listen, hey babe, how are you? Okay. Listen, I'm gonna go away. I don't know where I'll be at, but I was with my sisters. Went to Mpumalanga for a weekend. I was like, you know what? I need to probably make the final decision here. Like, I cannot go on like this, you know.
Right.
Came back. Hey, babe, I'm back. You know what? I did a whole lot of thinking. I don't think this is working out for me. Like he tried to beg me, yeah, I want to marry you, yeah. In the 4 years that we were together, you only now want to marry me
Now you-
because
because I want to
I'm
leave.
breaking up with you. Yeah, so yeah, I had decided a long time ago. I think a year prior that, listen, I'm gone.
After God.
So
yeah.
after deciding, yeah, we are women after God. After deciding, after the 3rd year, and you deciding that you're going to leave him, right? Did you use that year to look for other options? Not to say that you actually did something with those people, but just to have your, your
It was just
your
me
exit
and my
strategies.
thoughts and like trying to think if ever this is what I really want in the long run or this is not. But one thing that I knew for sure that in the 2nd year that I already knew that this is not what I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then naturally as a woman, you just stuck on because you're like, maybe it might change. Maybe.
Yeah, I persevered. I don't want to lie. I did.
Okay.
I stuck. Like I was there, and like he was there whenever he wanted to. Some days you go for weeks not seeing each other, come back, and you're supposed to be happy like it's normal, And that's mentally disturbing for
yeah.
you, and
yeah.
you don't know where you actually stand with this
Stand with-
person.
yeah.
You're like, we are happy now. Okay, let's be happy.
So Portia, I want to know during that time, like, why did you stay? Like, if in year 2 you were already feeling like this is not what I want, and then in year 3 you were like, you know what, I'm definitely going to leave this relationship. What then makes you, or what gives you the strength to still stay, like to still play along and?
Like men are very manipulative, honestly. So he introduced me to his family, right? The mom, sister, and he had a child at the time, and I didn't have one, and his external like cousins and stuff. So everybody loved me. So my mind is like, everybody loves me, so this guy won't leave me, or either he won't treat me otherwise anymore. It was that mental manipulation that I've introduced you to my family. What do you want? What more else do you want? Yeah, you gotta stick around either way. And this was one of the relationships that whereby I was introduced to family. I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm very much important now. I'm gonna stay in this relationship. We are going in like Baba marriage road.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I've
Only
got-
when I leave. Yeah, I want to marry. He
Says
was literally
Fungushana.
crying on the phone. Like, dude, could have cried before.
Oh yeah. I've got another question. Back then, you stayed and you tried to make it work, and he was not changing.
Yeah.
Fast forward to now, if say the perfect boyfriend that we're with right now starts behaving that way, are you going to walk away or you're going to hang in there? And the reason why I'm asking that is because we had a conversation before about self-love. So I just want to hear.
Yeah. I'd love
how
to
she
hear
sees
this
it.
answer.
Yeah.
too,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So remember, I made that decision of self-love, choosing myself first before anybody else when I left baby daddy.
Okay.
Remember, I'm raising a kid. I'm the one who's with the kid 24/7. Mentally, I gotta be okay because kids draw energy from their mothers because that's you actually breastfeed this person. You have to be emotionally you have to be okay for the
Yeah,
kid to grow up
to grow up
healthy and
okay,
stuff.
yes.
So if ever I don't eat, meaning the child is gonna suffer,
yes,
So I had to choose myself because if ever I'm happy without this person, that it only means that I'm gonna be happy with my kid, So me taking that decision was based on on my child and myself, but most importantly, it was me because after giving birth, I experienced PND, the most crucial thing ever.
I can imagine.
Dude.
Maybe just elaborate what that
Postnatal depression.
Postnatal depression.
Okay.
So it was the most hectic 6 months of my entire existence on earth. Like I didn't know whether I was coming or going. I was just a zombie. Like it's unmatched to, to my mom's passing because I also slipped into depression again. But that was worse. But this one, it was the second worst one. So I I had to decide that I gotta be okay without this person because I'm raising this kid all alone and he's not present during the night when she cries. Whenever there's something that she needs, I have to be there. So and again, like this guy would tell me things, hurtful things during our fights back and forth and stuff that, you're never going to get anybody else better than me. I'm the best that you've ever had. That psychologically it's really damaging. Yeah. So I had to make that decision that, you know what, I got to leave. Otherwise, I'm going to probably have suicidal thoughts at the end of this depression or somewhere along those lines. And I can't afford to leave my daughter. I wanted the kid. I got the kid, so let me just deal with being a single parent than deal with being in an emotionally abusive relationship. Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that.
It's okay.
And I think before we get into the Ask an African Male, wanted also a perspective on simping. I think you said you gave us a very good explanation on simping.
Oh yes. So I was explaining that a simp, like just a loosely a loose definition of it would be a guy who's considered a weakling, like he's not so masculine. He's not the guy who walks in the room and says, "Right, gents, this is what we're gonna do. Can you move that? Slim, do that." There's a guy who's got presence and he just reeks like power. Then there's a guy who's just like comes in and then he's quiet and then he waits. And then sometimes you have to, like he's always going to ask for permission. Like, can I hold your hand or can I? But sometimes you want a guy who's just going to, just grab you. Yeah, just grab you and then just kiss you and not have to ask for it and if it's okay and whatever. So usually those guys are usually very sweet and very gentle and very soft. And then there's guys who are very masculine, very, assertive. And the simps are not so popular, but they're nice guys.
But women,
why are you laughing?
women
love simps in private.
Yeah, because
women love simps in private.
In private. But what's your take on that? What of the simp behavior? Because
probably which one do I prefer?
Yeah. Okay, we can start there. Yes.
What are just your thoughts on both?
On
because
both,
maybe you like some elements from this one and some elements from that, and you want a mix, or
not the same part. I honestly I wouldn't because
but how would you describe a like simp or like a weakling guy? Like what are those things that you would say? I don't like that.
The thing is, I've never dated one, so
everything that's not her boyfriend right now.
Yeah, but a simp would open the door.
Yeah.
I mean, even a masculine guy would open the door.
It's one of those things that you gotta scratch out. Like I've never dated one, so it's quite actually hard to answer.
Someone once said it's like the both of you are competing to be the best woman in the relationship.
Most probably it seemed like that.
Okay. Maybe to sort of make it easier, we could start off with, I think maybe another attribute that these guys have is they can be like highly emotional. Like they just always talk about their feelings, kind of. Yeah.
Just like a big turn off.
That's irritating.
But which part is irritating? Like because
the crying part.
The crying part.
Yeah, like no, why are you crying, bro? There was one. Yeah, now I remember.
The simp. Prayer, thanks for unlocking that.
You just need to be patient.
Coming to think of it, there was one experience. So this guy, we went out on a date, and then after we went on a post date, it was something like very much casual. Like a gig, friends were just getting together. It was a hip hop something. So we were all wearing sneakers, you're showing off your sneakers and stuff. So I went there, I was like, hey dude, come and drop me off. It was private before I had a car.
Yeah.
Come and drop me off. He came all the way, dropped me off. So Portia, what time are you gonna come back? I'm like, I'll call you to come and fetch me. man, are you okay? Do you
Oh,
need
he
to-"
wasn't at the event.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, he's no.
Or
Okay.
you wouldn't take him there, or he wouldn't put himself in that position.
I wouldn't take him there.
Okay.
I wouldn't have taken him there.
Okay.
Honestly. You are there. Drop me off. See you later. Ne? Cool. Sharp
Right.
vibe. And then
So you were there with your friends.
yeah, I have guy friends. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. So we were there, and then it was nice. Pictures proper, like whoa, it was cool. It was a vibe, you know. Then I was wearing like a really short dress, like tight. It was pre-baby things,
Right.
So I was like looking all hot and stuff, you know. And then he came back and fetched me. Like, okay, cool. Got in the car, like started. Like, Portia, why are you wearing a short skirt? Like, you know, I don't like it when you show off your legs. Like, I just want to be the only one who sees. And then, cool, we got home, right? Got off the car. Like, why didn't you wear this dress yesterday? You know, I wanted to show you off. Like, dude, relax. There's still other dates that are going to come, you know. And then he just looked at me and tears started running.
Oh my gosh.
Yo.
And you know, like, and for me, this is the
best stories.
You just need to be patient.
Why is this guy crying about
Yeah, why was he
It's
crying?
like this skirt, like, dude, there are still more skirts that I'm gonna wear probably with you or probably doing something wild. But then, like, dude, this is so, like, he started crying, like, hysterically, like, dude.
Yo.
And what was his reason for crying?
That I didn't I didn't wear skirt prior, like our date yesterday. I'm wearing it while I'm going out with my guy friends.
Oh,
now.
so to him, he's saying
You wanna show your legs to your guy
Yeah,
friends.
you're showing your legs.
But
Not to
but to
him.
me,
This reminds me of there's this other dating show. There's a dating show I came across where I think they call it, is it pop the balloon, whatever. If you don't like the person, you just pop.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah. So I think there was a question that was presented to the ladies. I think there were about 4 guys who were remaining. So one of the 4 guys was asked. No,
Priya, get yourself-
they asked the question something about what makes you sad or like have you ever cried or what gets you emotional.
Yeah.
So when it was that guy's turn, suddenly tears started dropping. Right?
What?
Then he said, no, I lost my brother. I think it was brother. I lost my brother last year, etc., etc. They were like, oh, sorry. You know, all the girls went and hugged him and what.
Then they came
But
back and
decision
popped.
time. He was the first to go.
Wow, man.
He was the first. So that comes back to my point. Like, as much as women will tell you they want you to be, to be emotional with them, tell us how you're feeling. And if you do too much of that, it's also a turn-off. Because you look like a man who's not in control.
Yeah, like you cannot.
you
cannot
can't be a
show-
leader
You can't
and
be
you
crying.
can't show-
Like
you can't
in
show
front of-
emotion.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't show emotion
Especially about
to someone.
skirts.
Yeah, about the skirts. Prayer is still on it.
So that's the alpha
Wow,
male. Women do want that masculine man, the alpha man, and it comes back to us men about just knowing that there's certain things you just have to bottle up and
just keep
take
to
it on the
yourself.
chin and move on for
And
the
then
sake.
come to our podcast and discuss it.
And
Yeah, or just find coping mechanisms, like, I mean, if you know that you've got stuff that you're dealing with, then it's definitely not the time to be dating. It's the time to be focusing on dealing with the stuff.
Yeah, as long as it's
Like-
not like how he described it. As long as it's not having the side
Chick.
check.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, 100%. That's not,
Because that's like
not
a coping mechanism.
No. Man, like,
Ask an African male.
yes.
Yeah.
let's
Just Slim take us
Right.
away, bro.
But with other
One question before I even
guys,
dive into it.
they would rather, other ladies, they would rather have their men have a side chick, and it's okay.
What?
It's okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Now that you're saying that, I actually.
What do you mean? Wait. No, Slim, wait. Wait, no.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Exactly that.
Why?
Like, because he would come back happy. at home and it's going to be a happy family. They would rather prefer that than you having to come back home grumpy from your work situation and stuff.
That's actually something
Yeah.
that originates from back in the day, our fathers and grandfathers.
Yeah. That's why
Wow.
it actually leads up to the question that I had for you about your thoughts on polygamy.
Who, me?
Yes.
Would you consider it?
Would you consider it? Suppose you've tried dating and it's not working, but then there's this one perfect guy that's, you feel like he's the perfect guy for you.
And he
But
says, "I love you, but I have 2 wives.
He just has
But
another
I need you."
Yeah.
Like you to number 3.
Yes.
Okay, let's just start.
And
with
whatever you need.
It's
So
on.
Fagimad,
Yeah.
Fagimad Zobona.
In my hypothetical life, yes.
okay.
Or you would consider it.
You would consider
Yeah.
What would be your terms, though, to consider it?
Having my own house, but then I would probably be having my own house. But the house that he buys, not mine in my name.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, just take care of me. Like sometimes it does get too much that you get to live with the same person every day, see them every day. I love my own space.
So are you saying that kind of like polygamous marriage would not be emotional? Like you wouldn't be emotionally invested? Would you
I
still
would be, right?
Okay.
Remember, this is you probably coming to see me every day, right? But not sleeping at my place every day, right?
Right.
And it comes back to me as a wife saying it's okay for you to have a side chick. It will be legal now that I know there's number 1 and number 2, and for me it's okay. There's no number 4 of which we all 3 don't know about. Or
Right.
probably I'm the only one and you've got I don't want a side chick, but there's another one that probably I don't know about. It will be okay to say that if ever we were making love, we would know, if ever we were to be positive, we would know where it comes from. Other than you having a side chick and you come and bring it into the house and I'm the only person that's in your life, that would kind of break me. But me being okay with the other 2, I wouldn't know if ever it would be okay with me, but I'll be there. Yeah.
As long as all 3 of you can account for
Yeah.
The health. If
So
everyone's
we-
healthy, we're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I keep on asking myself if ever they do tests and stuff.
I'm sure they do.
My mother's uncle had 9 wives.
Whoa,
Yo.
how did you manage that? Because they're only 7 days in a week.
And the concept, he was a very wealthy man.
That explains it.
He was a very wealthy man, and he actually created a village, and each wife had a house
Oh, that's
in that
nice.
village.
Oh,
This
that's
guy
nice.
had vision.
Mount Darwin. Yeah.
Doesn't he want
But
number 10?
He wants number 10.
he's late now, though. But yeah, no.
Interesting.
It was
The wives can marry me. Do you know that?
really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Okay, in the petty-culture it happens.
In the petty culture.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
So if ever, like let's say I don't have a kid, right? And like a hair. So I would actually suggest to my husband that we marry a wife, or either if ever he's late, I would marry a wife on behalf of him.
The clan, the family,
to grow. But obviously the husband is late, but one of the husband's brothers would actually
Sleep with
make it
the-
happen. Yeah.
Hey, the petties. Guys, you guys are great, man. I like that.
Maybe just have 1 or 2
Yeah.
questions to close it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is actually like befitting for this episode.
Okay.
So we got a
So
question.
these are the questions from our Ask an African Male
Okay.
segment.
Let's
Yeah.
hear.
Yes.
And thank you for
and
sending
thank
questions.
you so much.
Yes, guys. Thank you so much for always giving us stuff to talk about, man. This is brilliant.
This is brilliant. So the question is, why do most African men run away from their responsibilities of being a father? Surely, when you had unprotected sex, you knew what would come next. You hear them say, "Why didn't you take the pill, etc.? Why didn't you just man up?" Right? Stop this thing of also saying, "How do I know it's my child?" So that's the question.
I just think that question is funny because she says, when you were having unprotected sex.
Literally.
It's like you knew what would come. Okay, I mean, we always have answers to these kind of questions, but would love to give you the chance to say what you think.
Because
no,
I mean,
just generally.
Female perspective as well. No?
Just a female perspective.
One is a female perspective, and I feel like because you've been in that situation.
Well,
you would
with
kind
me,
of-
it's different, right? I wanted a kid. Like, I think that's where it's different. I wanted a kid. He was willing to be there to give me the kid, not knowing the after.
What comes after,
what comes
what
after. I
is going to
didn't
be
know that I'm going to be facing an absent father, you
Oh.
know. But in another way, I'm like, thank God, like, I have a kid now. And for me, it was more of, all my siblings have kids, and I was the only one. Yeah. And you know how they say the biological clock hits, it's kind of
For
hard
women.
to have a kid at 30 and above.
Oh, yeah.
So I needed to do it. Yeah.
Also, you wanted a kid.
I wanted a kid. That's what's different
okay.
about me.
So there was no prior arrangement to say just give me the kid and then I'll figure it out.
No, I mean, because of we were in a relationship. If ever it was more of, I want a kid and I don't have anybody else, most probably it would have happened. But that's different because some men, if ever you have a kid and then there was an arrangement, they would want to come back and say, I want to be part of the kid's life. You know, with him, we had a kid. He was there for like 6 to 12 months. That's why he was still present. And then after that,
And then he split.
But for me,
Why do you think he left? Did the relationship become sour? Did he find someone else? Did he leave you because he was abandoning the responsibilities of being a father?
Yeah. He found other people, literally, like other people.
For me, with especially what she said about, if you're having unprotected sex, you need to
know what's coming.
But for me, is women also being accountable
for that?
Saying, who am I sleeping with, or deciding to take this risk with?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Actually,
funny you should say that. I remember having this conversation with my wife, actually. And she said, I think nowadays, if you're going to get pregnant, it's because you want to get pregnant.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things you can do. Like, you've got 72 hours to take the morning after.
You can even reference your situation back to other people around you that have had the very same experience of people not, the fathers not being present.
Exactly.
You learn from other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
So I think being responsible is also because
it's a two-way street.
It's a two-way street because I think like you rightfully said as well. Sometimes you just need to know what you want. So if you are in a situation where you are having unprotected sex, you also know the risk that I could fall pregnant. If I do fall pregnant, is that what I want? Then you don't take the pill.
Oh, yeah.
But you could take the pill because you don't want to get pregnant. And
you know what? This is like
I
have like a very unpopular opinion. I now that we've actually talked about it, right? I feel like the woman actually has a bigger responsibility than the men, because all the man does is we have sex and then he deposits whatever he deposits
and it's gone
into you.
But you actually carry.
You're the one that's going to.
You are carrying the seed. Man.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So the
kids,
exactly,
exactly. Baby mamas. Yeah.
So the question
How old
is
he, by the way? Sorry.
I think he's in his 50s now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Should be early 50s, if I'm not mistaken.
Makes sense.
So this obviously came from a woman, because most of the questions that we get are from women. And she says, this one is for the uncondemned dad.
Right.
As much as I appreciate you taking care of your kids, thumbs up for that. As much as your wife might not say it, for reasons best known to her, maybe a stable lifestyle. I don't know about that one. How do you say you have one wife when you make sure your baby mamas are spoiled on special occasions? I think the truth is you are a polygamist, but maybe because your upbringing isn't, or maybe because of your upbringing, it's unacceptable. Any normal woman, if a man gets her gifts in the name, even if in the name of the kids, you think you're still together. the unsaid love thing. There's no need for I love yous, but to them, there's that attachment. That's why they haven't moved on. They are waiting for you to show up one day and say, can you be my wife number 2345?
Wow.
Just marry them all.
She's not happy.
Oh, I mean, 2,
she
3,
is
4, 5.
not happy.
And what if it's one of the baby mamas? Just say.
Could be. Yeah, could be. I mean, to be honest, I think the only part that I disagree with her there is, I mean, I've never been in a situation where I've got like a baby mama, but I think that there's a special bond when you have a baby with someone. Like,
Yeah, that one you cannot deny.
yeah, like
Bond
it's,
and responsibility.
exactly. So if I have a kid with you and it's your birthday and I send a cake and say happy birthday, I don't feel like it's a sign to say I'm still there and I want you to know that, you know, you can't really move on because I still have feelings for you. Because I'm assuming that this is in response to when Victor, when we asked
Yeah.
him about this,
Yeah.
he actually said, you know, I will post because I live with the child that we have together. And that child is happy that it's my mom's birthday. And I'm the father. So it's almost like in those kids' eyes, we have our mothers and this is our dad.
This is our dad, yeah.
So today is my mom's birthday and
yeah.
everybody celebrates it.
Oh, yeah.
So if it'll be a little awkward if you're the father and you're just kind of backing away, you know? So just posting and then, you know, sending a gift and then all the kids go there and celebrate her and whatever. I don't think that's like some kind of signal. But I mean, he would obviously be the best person to
answer.
express,
But again,
express that.
If ever you were in a relationship with one of the baby mamas, how would it actually make you feel?
Sorry?
If ever you were in a relationship with one of the baby mamas,
Oh, and then Victor sends a
yeah,
gift.
sends such things and
What
stuff.
if you were the baby mama?
Or like
with
if
him?
I'm dating one of Victor's
One of
baby
his
mamas.
baby mamas,
Victor's
yes.
baby
And then
mamas.
Victor
And Victor
sends.
continuously
Yeah.
does that.
Yeah.
No, but if it's like a birthday cake with where the kid comes with the cake.
Let's be realistic.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, because also when you sign up to be with someone who has a kid, you must know that if the father's present in that kid's life, you're signing up for that as well.
Yeah.
I think with Victor, it's very special. Hey,
Yeah, no, we're getting
As
a little.
a,
We're
as a
getting
man,
a little.
yeah, you're right, Priya.
Yeah.
As a man, if you are with someone who has been blessed with a child, right?
Right.
Be prepared to. This is the scenario that I had in my head. Be prepared to walk past each other on a door.
Or just be civil about
Did
it
you-
for the sake of the
No,
kid.
do you understand? Be
Yeah.
prepared to. You're walking in and he's walking out of her house.
Yeah. It's a very uncomfortable position
Yeah.
for a lot of men because if the father of the child is present and he wants to come and visit, then he's going to come and visit. And sometimes the kids are still too young, so they see mom and dad together. And they maybe just want to be in that space where it's mom and dad
And
together.
it's recommended that it's for parents that have separated.
Portia's like,
You know, for parents that are
I know
separated.
she has her reservations.
yes, words.
Yeah. But for
No, but-
for parents that have separated, it is recommended for the sake of the child to, at least for those special occasions, to have some kind of
Unity.
for the sake of.
Because I think
your
this
child.
is actually
Yeah.
important for you, Portia, because on the day that your baby daddy decides he wants to be present, it would not be fair for you to stop him from spending
him
time
out.
with his daughter, right? Right? So if he starts wanting to spend time with the daughter and
It's good for her.
he comes and he visits at the house where you're staying and your boyfriend's not there.
I think with my situation it's different. man.
No, I mean obviously because
Okay.
you said he's an absent father,
Yeah.
so that kind of
But it's hypothetical,
Yeah.
I
For
guess.
me, why would I want to be there?
No, but it's not like you're going to run away because he's come to see his daughter all the time. There's going to be days where you're at home and he's come to see the daughter, and that's what it is.
Oh, so
And
I
he's
guess-
not there for long.
I wouldn't be
guess-
available, honestly.
I guess what Portia is saying is, you know what, this dude, I want absolutely nothing to do with him. If he wants to
Yeah.
spend time with the daughter,
So every time he comes
Get
to
you
see the
out.
daughter, you would immediately leave.
Not immediately, I would give them space. or be somewhere else in the house.
Yeah, which is fine, I think.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be in the same room with him. That's just me. I think, hence I'm saying that my situation is different. The day he decides to call to say, listen, I want to be part of Kumo's life, I don't have to make that decision alone, you know. I think my partner would have to have a say, because most probably I would be living with him, you know. Yes, he is the father, but my partner is the dad, because we living in the same house and stuff. He gets to spend much more time than with him.
And so he has taken on the responsibility when this guy was not.
My point exactly. And if ever he says no, I would actually respect that.
Oh yeah.
And like, I cannot deny him that.
Wait, you would respect what?
My partner's
If your
decision.
partner said what?
No, you can't see the kid.
If he says no, the father can't come and see his daughter.
But you can take her to the father, I guess. In those
I
instances.
tried. You know what? I've tried all
No, I mean,
avenues.
like in the scenario now where he's active, you would then say,
like even now that his parents don't even know where he lives, so how am I even going to know? So hence I'm saying with me it's like so different.
It makes sense. Interesting.
Wow, I feel like we had so much else to talk about, but time is always the enemy.
Yes. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and get Portia to come back only with stories, because
She has stories.
She's got stories.
guys.
But yeah, I think on behalf of African Male Iris, we just want to thank you, Portia.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for
Making the
coming.
time. Usually we shoot on Sundays, so Sundays are usually family time. So
Exactly.
Thank you so much for
For
that.
making the
Please
time.
subscribe.
And I don't know, any parting,
Yes.
parting words
Please
from
subscribe.
any parting words from yourself?
For me, it's just be genuine to yourself and to the people. Just be real, man. That's what's important, because you can never be anybody else than yourself.
100%.
Is there anything that you'd want to say to absent fathers?
Men up, have the jingles, have the balls.
Yes. Grow some.
Grow some, at least. You know, I'm kidding, man. But like, be there. Like, you don't know how much damage actually does to the child. For me, it does nothing. I grew up with both my parents, but at least try to be there for your kid. Whether financially, if ever you can't afford it financially, be present.
Emotionally.
Physically as well. It matters a lot more than finances, actually, that part. Because you can actually feel the warmth of your father and stuff. It does so much healing for the kid than damage of you not actually being totally absent.
That's such a perfect Instagram clip that you just did.
Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe on our channel. And we'll continue to bring more and more episodes.
Absolutely.
We're thanking you for the amazing support. I think our fan base is growing, and we're so appreciative. And
Thank
all
you
the
so
questions
much.
and comments, we do see them and we try and respond.
We've got a WhatsApp channel.
Yeah, we do have a WhatsApp channel now. For those who feel like Instagram and TikTok are a bit too hectic, of which they are. I always tell the gents, my son is not having an Instagram account until he's 18.
Wow.
Same here.
Yeah, no.
Guys, that's a bit
can't.
too much, guys.
I can't.
Same here.
It's too much.
Yeah. No,
It's
but
too
I
much.
mean,
Yeah.
we definitely appreciate like all of the
Yeah.
feedback, and would love for you guys to keep sending the questions, because our Ask an African Male segment is really becoming like, you know, it's really
Interesting.
like very interesting. So would love to get your questions, your comments, and everything that you guys think. So yeah.
Okay, so from the team today, we're out. Thank you so much.
Peace.
Cheers.
The motherland, the African man. Long as I'm alive, I'ma make a plan. Strongholds to break, got long walks to take, got no votes to make. We don't bet, we pray. Hey, African man, yeah. The African male iris through the eye.